Marcia, can you repeat while we?
Like, could it stand on its
Okay.
own?
Yeah. Is that what you want?
No, while we.
What you're doing?
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
So I want to help you learn how to have your own judgment about art that you see. So you can get out of the art for yourself what you want, and we're going to do it with sculpture.
But we're not supposed to try to guess where it's from.
No, you don't. I mean, if you want to, but it's more we're focusing on what does the sculpture look like, what does it make you feel and think, and why? What is it about the sculpture that makes you feel and think that?
Yeah, I would say it is.
Wait, Diana was this is-
Okay, sorry.
No, it wasn't.
she wasn't.
So I was asking, could it stand on its
No,
own,
not me.
and what? Why or not? Why not?
Go ahead, Daniel, sorry.
Yeah, I would say it cannot, but rather than that, I was about to say that the exaggeration of the woman's hips and
Breast.
Breasts, yeah.
breast makes me think about something about conceiving child and being fertile,
Mm.
some sort of that.
That, like, that's important, maybe?
Yeah, that was what what the artist tried to uh, represent. Like,
And she has no face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where's your face?
So could that mean it's not about one particular person? Or-
Yeah, I don't think it can stand on its own because of the proportions, right? So look how tiny the legs are, like they're being tinier as it goes down. And yeah, given the proportions, I don't think it can stand by itself.
Claire, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I feel like it could be a representation of like Mother Earth.
Mother Earth?
And it's probably like there was a time before Christ. I mean, like before, yeah, like without agriculture, that it was mostly like the image of women like this representation. As you said, fertility, prosperity. I think it's kind of a religious symbol.
I wonder if she's wearing a hat, or why are that dots in her head?
I think it kind of represents a brain, perhaps. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't it kind of look like a brain, like the texture of a brain?
And she has no hands,
No, she doesn't.
no arms,
That we
Or
can
they're
see.
behind her.
unless those things that I thought it was his belly are indeed.
No, those are arms. Or that's a belly. Yeah,
That's a
sorry.
belly.
What about this?
Oh, the hands are
Oh.
like this.
But like, is it a shadow or is it part like
Part of the stone.
Yeah, I thought originally that it might be like a damage to the sculpture or something because there's like a line across the top of the breasts. But it could be that it's just like your arms are here or something like they're.
Up on the
You didn't
breast.
answer the
Yeah,
question,
like you're
what's
resting
this?
your arms like this.
What's this?
Whoever said this, I'm not sure, but I guess I kind of agree with the notion that it might represent more than one woman. And that's why they're leaving out facial descriptors.
So kind of like a Whitney Houston, I'm every woman.
Or,
No, just I'd say you wanna go?
yeah, maybe the artist that made it wasn't that skilled to to sculpt a face, so he took the easiest way to represent a head.
But he's skilled enough to do this, right?
Mm.
That's pretty
But
detailed.
you might do that with a stylus.
Well, there's a
I think it's
theory.
easier to like papa, and you have to hold for the eyes.
There's a theory that it was made by women looking at their own feet,
Looking at the what?
at their own feet, and so they didn't have mirrors back then.
Or could she be looking behind
And
her?
so what?
Or is she looking behind her?
No. So she cannot obviously look at her own face. That's why she has no face.
Oh, but she can look down at her
She can
body.
look down at her body, and that's why it's so unproportionate.
Anybody else have an idea of what this is?
That's interesting. I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that idea, but something to just kind of go on with your idea that you mentioned, Samantha, just to kind of clarify it more, I guess, is like it could be a description or used as a description for just women in general, or like motherhood in general.
Motherhood, yeah.
And that's why they're not showing a face, is they're not being specific about a woman has to look pretty. They're more focusing on motherhood and like I guess you could say the stomach for pregnancy and the breasts for feeding.
What'd you say
So,
on that?
Sophie, I think you're onto something, although to answer the other thing about the not being able to see your face, it's true they didn't have mirrors back then, but remember, you could always look at your reflection in the water. So people did know what
It's
their
not
own
as
faces looked like.
accurate though. And what I like about Maximo's point is that like it looks unproportional in the sense that you're looking, if you look down on yourself like this, what you can see here is closer. Also, with your Sophie, that wasn't my point, that was Daniel's.
Oh, that was Daniel's? Sorry.
I would like to see it from the side. It also looks like a bit of a reptilian head, like if it was a snake.
Anna, Amir.
What? No, like, I think it's motherhood, and I'm not pretty sure how to translate this, but for me it seems like precolombino.
Pre-Columbus. Before Columbus.
How? Previous Columbus?
Yeah, like
You
pre-Columbian.
said like it was made
Yeah,
in America
yeah,
before
I
Columbus
would
came.
think so. For the size, I think it's not big. More like maybe a tribute? Do you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Like a kind of representation of motherhood to maybe a god or something, yeah. Those are my thoughts.
What about if this is braids wrapped around?
Braids.
Braids.
Well, I was going to ask the question, if you're agreeing that this represents femininity, motherhood, what are the features of femininity and motherhood? Is hair one of them?
Good point.
But it depends on the culture.
American
Well, that's what I'm just asking.
American indigenous didn't had braids. They are like I don't know how to say lacio.
Straight.
Straight hair.
They have very straight hair.
It could
Well,
be
that's
African.
that culture.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
all
yeah.
have curly hair. To me, that looks like curly hair.
Could be
Oh, it's gone.
African culture.
Yeah. I mean, how would you consider that has braids though if she's turning her head? Is that what you're saying?
No. She suggested braids. I said, could it be that she's turning her head? They're all independent thoughts.
Okay, but if we consider that that's hair of any kind, braids probably, because that's what it looks like.
She has to be turning her head.
Right, but that doesn't really make sense because we can see like 60% of her head. Okay.
Yeah, like why couldn't we see ears or something? Like if it was turning the head, you'd have to be able, for us to not see some sort of facial or ear type thing, you'd have to like pull an owl trick and have your head completely turned around.
100.
How do you say umbiligo?
Yeah, maybe she's possessed
But
by the devil. you know.
Oh yeah, I like that. I think we've
I
come
have
to
another
There you go.
question.
Yeah, so they saw The Exorcist and they got it.
What about the positioning of her legs? They're not going straight down.
No.
It's like she's
It's like
peeing.
she's closed
She's
off
peeing.
the thighs, right? And then it's going out. Like what does that feel or look like, right? Like kind of like this.
That's a weird position, right?
Well, with the way the legs go, I think that the one on this left side is like it's tilted, but it's like I think after that it goes straight down where the other one is tilted. So I'd say it's more like you're standing and you have your like that maybe or something. Whereas like you are leaning most of your weight on your left side and you're pulling your thighs together a little bit, but you're not really putting weight on your right.
Maybe that was the shape of the stone the guy had for sculpture.
Huh?
But like, I'm impressed that it has knees. Like, perfectly it could be just two
Yeah.
parts of the stone. It has the detail of the knees.
Yeah, I want to go back to the point of like her hands being like this. I don't see that.
You don't
Her
see
hands
the
being like that?
Not like
No,
this.
they're like this.
Oh.
That's what I think they're like,
Yeah.
Jason. I think they're like that. But there's a consensus going around
Well,
that it's
Well, I think I agree with you. I think more likely.
Well,
At least that's how I look.
At least look at the side here. There's
Yeah,
like
but
a continuous,
I wouldn't say so. Like if you note how remark art all the, for instance, the belly button, it is like pretty clear that it is a belly button.
it's very detailed.
Yeah, and why would the artist like not represent his arms in such a way, but just like a tiny, very lightly, you guys, I don't know how to put it.
Well, doesn't it go back to what you said originally? I mean, all the emphasis is on the reproductive organs.
Yeah.
That's where it's really, really emphasized.
Even you know, like below her belly and all that, it's not just plain. There's intentional detail.
But more than the reproductive, I would say motherhood, because look, the breasts are significantly bigger than her parts.
Well, I was including them in the reproductive.
Yeah,
So she's pregnant.
could be.
No, she might have like
Why don't you all do this?
many.
Do it. Do it. What does that make you feel? Like, put your hands. Do it.
It just feels
It's
uncomfortable.
kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Feels plain.
It's almost like putting your hand on your heart, isn't it?
I have to push my shoulders back so far, it just feels uncomfortable.
my back hurts now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it'd be nice if we had like, if we could turn it around. If we
Yeah.
had like the three.
Can you do it, Marsha?
I didn't get multiple pictures.
Oh, you took this.
Well, I'm kind of thinking. I'm kind of thinking that. Well, the reason I'm thinking that the arms are like this is because if you look at the breast, there's like indents at the top, which originally I didn't know what they were, but it makes sense to me if they were arms. But part of the reason I think they are there is because I think it's drawing attention to the breasts. Like the stomach draws a lot of attention because of the size. And then I think the arms paired with the breast being bigger, like pulls your attention to look at that as well. And maybe that's a bit to do with just my photography background, like I mentioned, but like if you wanna indicate something, that's something you do, is you draw attention, so you have a line that pulls your eye that way, or you have something there that, like say you put it, whatever you want in the picture, specifically in a spot that your eye naturally goes. Like those are tricks, like visual tricks you do use.
But the breasts are already very big.
Mhm.
What about the idea of like, where are your arms right now? Where do you put your arms? Where are your arms?
They're in my lap.
They're in your lap, or they're on a table. You rest
Yeah,
them
this
on
is
something,
very-
right? And like, why am I resting my arms on this table? What is this table doing? I don't even know if I'm on the right track here. I don't know what this thing is. But do you know, like, what is the table providing for my arms?
Support.
Okay. Could we translate maybe that to that idea?
I refuse.
I depend on this desk, right?
I would argue that you could maybe show like, that back then women like didn't use their hands and their arms in like a sort of, they didn't fight like the warriors did maybe, and they didn't use them for manual labor and that sort of stuff. And I think it's also linked to what Sophie said about giving importance to the other part of the body. But it's like a more it's not that important, the arms and, you know,
The importance is
Yeah.
more in the, like, of reproduction ability than in
Yeah,
the
it doesn't have. It doesn't even have elbows, and it does have knees.
It has elbows.
You can't see
Where?
the elbows.
They're kind
in
of
this
on the
position.
side. But
They're on the
if,
sides.
if
Yeah.
the arms and the hands
Where are the elbows?
were not important,
yeah.
why have them at all? There's no feet.
There's
Make
no
it look-
eyes,
look
no
Like,
nose, no
why
mouth.
not have, why not just even not have, why just have it cut off here and show the body even more, right? Like,
Maybe so you can recognize what it is, because we can't see what the face is, but we can look, like looking at the knot, we can tell it's a head. So maybe it's a thing where like you add on the arms and legs, but don't give as much detail to them, and the same with the head, so that you can tell that it's like a human body, or it's supposed to represent a
But
human
why do
body.
you think there's no feet? Because it's certainly important, like even if
let's see, what do we use feet for?
Walking.
To move.
stuff-
Could it be,
But I do see the feet there.
do you?
Yeah,
I just see
after the
stubs.
knee, you go straight and then down, those are the toes.
Those,
Yeah, it's
I
them
thought
too.
that
I
was
feel like
broken
that's
though.
something
They
that,
look broken to
I
me.
agree, it looks like a pig toe though.
but it is something.
Marsha, how many sculptures are we?
Let's go on to the next one. So this
Analyze.
is from 15,000 years ago, Germany. It's called the Venus of Willendorf.
Mhm.
And they find them all over the place.
50,000.
15,000.
Can you mean,
Do they explain it?
Who?
Anybody?
well, there's many different theories.
15,000.
Mhm.
How you put it in numbers?
15.
Porque se me hacen como 15.000 años, pues no
Sí.
habían civilizaciones ahí.
Sí, sí, son
Sí.
15 minutos.
15,000 years ago.
The first civilizations were
In the year
somewhere
5000.
in for
No.
You know,
No,
you
it's
guys
like
can
really
sit
old.
back in those chairs, make it easy
Yeah.
for yourself.
Did you say 15,000 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense. It's before, it's almost when like agriculture started, right?
A little before.
A little before.
Yeah, prehistoric.
Matriarchal systems were at the moment.
Is this your backpack?
I was about to ask if I can go for it because I can see.
Yeah, go forward.
Isn't it red? This one looks green.
Can you,
So when was the ice age?
So what does this one tell you? What do you got from this one?
This is
Like,
from
Humans,
Belgium.
Homo sapiens, have like
It's gone, Marcia.
traits that
How would you compare her tummy with the previous one?
I don't know, I can't tell if it was abs or if it was
It
a
looked like
stomach.
that was abs.
Something I was gonna bring up though, because I was about to comment on that before the screen went, is this one I think focuses more on, this could depend on your definition you're using, but beauty. Whereas the other one is, Anna was saying, focused more on like motherhood and reproduction. This is more like beauty, or is kind of what is coming to mind for me. Cause, and I guess part of that reason I'm saying that is it's like, there isn't as much emphasis on like the breasts and the stomach, but they are there and they're made to look nice. But especially that the head is there, and they put a lot of detail into the face and the head.
Is this the David from?
No.
This is
Milo.
not this.
Yeah, they will even.
David's a
You're
dude.
thinking is it the Venus de Milo?
Milo.
What?
You're wondering if it's the Venus de Milo.
No, if this is the David from Michelangelo.
No, the David is a guy. It's a
Okay.
male.
Yeah.
How's this called?
So
So-
let's not worry about that. Let's just try to,
She has proportion
yeah, how old
comparison
is she?
to the other one.
How old is she?
26.
How old do you think she is?
She
The
seems young.
sculpture
Early
or
20s
the
or
person,
younger.
the woman.
Yeah, the woman.
Well,
She looks
she's
like
immortal.
ours.
No, I mean,
There's no arms.
the person who they used as the model, how old is she?
Yeah,
Oh,
early 20s or younger.
yeah,
I just say
I would say
later 20s.
I would
Also like
say
20.
That's below
before
30.
the 20s.
Below 30.
And what
Maybe
makes you say
17.
that? What makes you say that?
Maybe 17 or younger.
Maybe the size, I mean, could be
Yeah.
younger because people usually less then.
She
But
has,
because of the size of of her breast, I would say she's not mother yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
very little body
It's
fat.
like,
Yeah.
And they're very
Should be
high,
big.
they're very high, they're not hanging at all, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And how about, and what kind of body does she have? It's rather athletic, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, she has few body fat as opposed to the other one.
Also, and this might be just a completely random thing that doesn't really matter, but they're covering, like, her lower half is covered by a, like, sheet
That's very
or
important.
something that's falling, whereas the other one we looked at was showing it. So I think that gives more implication on the, like, younger, not a mother yet implication.
I would say more, like, you're right, and I was just about to mention that, but I think it's also like the covering, it's the conception of maybe woman's,
Virginity?
no, pulcritud,
Modesty?
what?
Modesty?
Modesty, but also the, like, the relation, no, I need to look for this word because it's
Do you
the,
mean sexuality or?
like, yeah, how the body of the woman is considered socially. So,
Pudor.
Pulcritud.
Pudor.
Yeah.
Pulcritud, no. Pulcritud is cleanness.
No,
neatness.
no, it's not me.
I was thinking of pudor as well.
Neatness. Does it make sense? Like, for it to be covered, it implies kind of a neatness from society, like
Neatness?
name. Yeah.
Is it neat or neat?
Yeah, but I don't think
Neatness.
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 I don't think we'd say that.
It's interesting. It's interesting that she neither has arms, but she isn't that fat and as breasty as the former.
Yeah.
society.
His arms are broken off.
Claire.
Yeah, in this case, I think it's
Huh?
broken off because I've
They
seen
got
this.
broken off.
There were arms.
Shyness is
They were.
Yeah, they got broken off.
Clara, why don't you say
Here's
what
what
you were
they-
thinking?
Here's what they think it looked
What?
like.
Why don't you say what you were thinking about what Anna was trying to say?
I think it might be like purity,
Ah,
what you mean.
That's what it looked like.
And
They
yeah, I
think.
think like, in fact, she's even like, her, it's like clothes fell off. It's kinda, I think it implies more of a sensuality, but also like innocence.
What's the representation of the gold ball she's holding?
I think it's the Greek mythology of the golden apple. I don't know if you know.
Oh,
So
she
for
had-
the beautiful, for the most beautiful goddess, and that's why the Troy.
she was changing
Oh,
her life.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
if you're standing like that, what does it feel like?
Her what?
If you stand in her position, what does it feel like? What emotional state are you in? What do you feel?
You get tired.
I don't feel anything.
Fear.
Power.
I mean,
I realize that her hips like twisted in here.
fear.
Yeah, she has like one of her legs up at the.
She's like,
Yeah, but like
And you're holding everything
No.
very firmly, but she's just
like
relaxed.
putting the tip of your toe.
like this.
It makes me think of
on the ground.
of
No,
fashion
you're-
shows.
basically your toe on the floor.
You know when the model
Yeah.
walks and then gets to the front,
Oh, yeah.
when she stops and does kind of this before she turns around and walks back? Is that kind of like that, would you say?
I would say it's yours to
I
know.
mean, look at the view from the right, farthest right. She's quite twisted,
Yeah.
but she's not, it's not like this, it's not tense. It's very relaxed.
Maybe dancing.
Like that she was in a motion of doing something and it was captured then.
So what does this tell you about the world that this comes from? What do they value?
Beauty.
Yeah.
athleticism.
What did you say?
I said athleticism, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
Strength, power.
Strength, yeah.
Steady.
I mean, no, because I think that he hit on beauty, and I do think that's part of it. But I think that there's a lot to say about resilience and strength with that too.
So that's why she's twisted. If she's not twisted, those muscles aren't gonna pop out like that.
Perfection?
We think of the Venus of Willendorf, and they, I mean, don't you think they thought that was beautiful? You know, it probably was at a time when it was really, really hard to get food, right, 15,000 years ago, before agriculture. Really hard to get food, and you were lucky if your baby survived. So this was really important and considered beautiful, something they're trying to attain. And now we have this later sculpture, and they're valuing quite different things.
Food isn't as much of an issue, I'm gonna say.
You said that there were a ton of the other one. I'm wondering if it was something that a female would want to have because they believed that if they had one of these, that it would bring them the fortune that comes with having children,
Sure.
you know, like a good, like a rabbit's foot kind of thing, like a,
Because it was a small sculpture.
God, that'd be pretty.
Like a handheld sculpture.
I would say for this one, I understand that during the Greek time it was very important, the arts. I will maybe go for the art of dancing or doing something. That's why she has it. Because I don't think it's a very common position you put yourself in. I would say it was doing something very particular.
You don't think it's so that, like, picture when you're standing straight, what does your stomach look like? And when you twist it, what does your stomach look like? I think the muscles are more defined in that twisting, kind of like how bodybuilders go up and they do a particular twist to pop up the muscles.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I think
don't
that's why they
think,
did
like,
it.
it's a very normal posture. Like you put yourself straight more frequently than doing like the twist.
Yeah.
But I think the purpose of the twist was to show the muscles.
There's
Yeah, and in general, I think that for the artist, it was more of an interesting, difficult piece than to do it straight.
Also, your comment with the dancing, like I wouldn't be too surprised if in the dance some of the moves or poses you strike are to like pop the muscles out, like you're saying. So, but I think your point is that it's like that's not a common pose that you're going to strike every now and then during the day. You're more likely to just be like straight.
All the time.
Well, yeah, but like maybe the arm and the waist thing, but like that type of. But
Then
popping
people
the
do
muscles
yoga.
out like that isn't something you normally do, I wouldn't imagine. But it makes sense if you're dancing or something where there's a lot of emphasis on movement and the way the body looks.
it kind of looks like Hellas dance culture, like where they go in.